And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another edition of the Peach State Power Hour. I'm Harrison Reno. Alongside me, co-host Andy Stowe, Eddie from Ackworth. Boys, another weekend in the books. The Atlanta Falcons are going to play here in about an hour. The goal of this tonight's show is to be off in time for kickoff of the Falcons game. Yes, we know, probably going to break everyone's hearts, probably going to be upset. You won't have Eddie and Andy to rant to you about afterwards about how bad the Falcons suck and how life sucks right now and how them dogs is indeed hell. That was one of the wildest games of the season, no doubt. Definitely one of the wildest games I've witnessed firsthand. Mm-hmm. But what's crazy, and this was something Jed May, shout out Jed May, said is, yeah, that's a crazy game. But over the last 2 years, that's probably only top 5 in terms of craziest games Georgia's played in the last 2 years. Because I think you would put Georgia Tech, Texas the second time.
Second with Texas, yeah.
Tennessee game
Alabama.
This year.
Alabama
this year.
Last year.
And Ole Miss is probably
Alabama.
Last year, yeah. So maybe not even top 5, maybe top 6, Eddie.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't like to rank games because they're all unique in their own way, right? I mean, yeah. I don't like. It's like comparing games Saturday to Saturday, but I understand what you're saying. And again, everybody talks about it, and I'll just go right back to it. Did we lose?
It's okay. Keep on talking. He's fine.
All right, I'll just keep talking. This all goes back to the NIL, the portal, just like we've been talking about. Everything's starting to even out. Right? I mean, you got wild games all across the SEC. I mean, Kentucky should have won yesterday, right? Mississippi State should have beaten Florida. Who would have thought that? You know, it's just across the nation, these crazy games are going to continue happening. And you know what? As fans, this is really fun. Now, as a Georgia fan, I'm telling you guys, I'm gonna have a stroke. I'm literally going to have a stroke over these games. Yeah, I know you know, Andy, but at the end, I can relax and say another great win for Georgia. But man, is it hard to get through these games. It's hard.
Dude, you should have been
and Andy was there. I know you were there too, Harrison, but Andy was there as a fan, so he was in the midst of it.
If it's rough watching it on TV, and I know when I watch Georgia on TV, I'm constantly pacing back and forth.
Andy, can I stop you? Do you listen to the radio while you're in the stadium or not? You don't? See, I do, because that really helps you figure out kind of what's going on, injured players and that kind of thing. I'd highly recommend it next time you do it. But anyway, go ahead.
Yeah, no, I just listen to kind of what's going on. And I mean, it's I like to hear all the craziness running around, but no, it's talking about crazy games. That was, to me, one of the craziest. I was trying to think of the loudest games. I was trying to think of one of the loudest or how loud the game was. And I rank it up there with the Alabama game 2 weeks ago and the Auburn game, probably 4 or 5 years ago at home. It was as crazy at that final drive. You couldn't hear anything. Like the fans were going nuts. My throat's still hurting. I mean, they were, you talking about just grinding on stuff. It was just grinding it out, dude. So, it was good. And shout out to Mike Bobo, shout out to Stacey Searles. It was a clinic. It was a clinic by both guys. So we can sit here if I think coaches deserve to get if they're doing bad, I think we need to talk. Yeah, Trevor, grinding on stuff. Yep. I think coaches.
I knew somebody was going to say that. I knew it.
I think coaches deserve, like with Billy Napier getting fired. I think if you're not doing your job, you need to get the criticism. But I think when they're doing their job, and you saw yesterday, if Lane Kiffin's the best play caller in college football, that's what some say. I don't know. Mike Bobo was right there with him. So go Bobo and go Stacey Searles.
Hey, before I kick it back to you, Harrison, can I just throw this out? That my wife sent me this, and this encapsulates it perfectly. This was on TikTok. A guy was interviewed in the stands, and he said, "Tell me about Georgia games." And he kind of listed 5 things, the emotions. He said, 1, pregame optimism. 2, halftime panic. 3, glimmer of hope. 4, dogs take over. 5, post-game amnesia. Is that not perfect?
That's what I had yesterday and today. That's exactly, yes.
Yes.
I was sitting there at halftime thinking, my God, can we make the change? And then they come out the second play of the half, they go 75 yards. I'm like, oh crap. And then, but yeah, nope, that's it. So it's yeah, that's perfect. That is the perfect analogy.
Well, boys, before we move further into reviewing this game and talking this game, I did want to go ahead and take a moment to recognize our, I guess, a bet that was referenced last week's show, and to give credit. We always want to recognize those who pay their dues.
How about that guy?
If you look right here on this whiteboard, yes, they are naming pies after random dudes. The Eddie from
That's a
Ackworth,
randome dude. I mean, come on.
Timeout to clap special. You can go get it. Your pie. Eddie, where is this specific your pie location again?
This
this
is
down
in
Savannah?
Macon, Georgia.
Macon,
Down in
okay.
Macon. Yeah. Long
There you
story,
go.
but I know the radio host down there, and this guy is a sponsor of that radio program, and he's a great guy, but he's a huge Atlanta guy, but an Auburn guy. So anyway, we had a bet, and I was going to wear Auburn gear last week. Thank God I didn't have to do that if Auburn won. My win was naming a pizza after me. I chose the ingredients there, and there it is. So go order you one.
Okay, and to piggyback off of that, Lane Kiffin, that is a funny freaking dude. He told the timeout, and then he told the official, he was like, "No, I wasn't." I was clapping. It was hilarious.
I laughed hysterically, and you know what, Andy? It's really hard to hate that guy. I mean, Kirby loves him.
Oh,
I really like the way he goes about his business. He just seems like a great dude. Total opposite of Kirby. You know, Kirby talked about being in the meetings with Saban and he's trying to be quiet. And Lane's always like talking and whispering. You know, he's like the class clown almost.
Yeah.
And I mean, I like the guy. I really do.
I think he's an excellent play caller. I mean, he is a great play caller.
And I also like the way, if you watch the post game, he doesn't say, well, you know, we kind of blew the game. He gave Georgia and Kirby a ton of credit. He did. He said they death marched us. If he admitted, if you don't kill them while they're down, they're going to come back and bite you in the end. And that's exactly
what he said. Yep.
Well, it will be interesting to see if your takes and opinions of Lane Kiffin change over the next 4 months. Because, gentlemen, let's start here. Florida have an interim head coach. When they play Georgia and Jacksonville coming out of the bye week, Billy Napier is out. Lane Kiffin is now on the hot board of candidates for that job. Eddie, you look like a kid in a classroom, even though it was 60 years ago. But go ahead, sir.
I just want you to point out who called this. Go ahead.
I think we all agree. I don't think this was just an Eddie take. I think this was everybody take.
I called it preseason. Y'all are like, yeah, probably right. So your opinions were lame. Mine was in stone.
I'm pretty sure I said he would get
another reply for this.
I mean, I'm saying
yes.
I mean,
go ahead. I'm just messing with Harrison.
If James Caraway's watching, he's got receipts. He's the receipt keeper.
Oh yeah, I'm sure he does. Yeah, no doubt. Anyway, go ahead, Harrison. I'm just kidding.
No, you're good. You're good. Y'all are talking about Lane Kiffin, how hard it is to hate that guy. I will love to hear the takes on Lane Kiffin if he is dressing in blue and orange this time next year.
But what does going to Florida give him that he can't do at Ole Miss? Because here's the thing: 5 years ago, before national recruiting and NIL and stuff, okay. But you look at the top players in Georgia, they don't just come to us. They go all over the country now because of money. The top players in Florida, they go all over the country. So it's not like going to Gainesville gives him an advantage in recruiting that he can't get at Ole Miss. I think his next job is down in Louisiana, coaching the LSU Tigers in Baton Rouge. That's where I think he ends up at.
Well, go ahead, Harrison.
No, I was just going to say, my view of Florida in terms of Kiffin, like what he's built at Ole Miss has been great. And I think he's obviously been able to sustain it, even though he's heavy transfer portal. I think a move to a Florida or an LSU gives him the chance to build an even more sustainable year-to-year product in that, hey, he can go be the king of the transfer portal these first few years. He can continue that success wherever he is. But most importantly, he's going to have the success of high school recruiting. He can finally recruit a high school product that is one of the top states in the country. Gentlemen, there is a John Deere Green backstage.
Put him on. Is this Eddie's buddy?
He's audio only. This better be Paul Maharry.
Audio on. That doesn't do any good.
Who is this?
Who is this?
John Deere Green?
He's working.
Yeah, it's working. We got
Yeah,
you.
we hear you. We hear you.
Hey, Eddie, you remember me?
No, I don't remember the voice.
Oh, well, you told me to call in a few weeks ago about the Georgia Bulldogs.
Yes, but I don't recognize your voice, and that's what they've been giving me crap about, that they think I know you and that you know me. I don't.
Oh, well,
Is this Paul Maharry?
this is John. Is John Deere Green?
Yeah, this sounds fake. This is ridiculous. Yeah, get it off there. This is a troll.
I didn't send out an invitation. Neither of y'all. This has to be Paul Maharry.
It's a troll. It is.
No,
it's either
it's-
Paul.
no.
It might be Garrett Key. You know, that's what I
Who
think.
would give
Yeah,
him?
he's
Who would
playing
give him
it
the
off.
login to get in here?
No. Listen, I know we wanted to talk about Georgia.
Fake accent. It's a fake act. Move on, Harrison. We got time. We got
He's
things.
off. He's off the screen. It is
We
Paul
see your
Maharry.
support watching.
Yeah, there he is. There he is.
There he is.
Look at that guy.
That's so lame. That's just so bad.
That was good. You guys are killing it.
You really should have kept it. Let it keep going because.
But the thing was, I was trying not to laugh. I'm doing this in my closet. My wife's having a Halloween party. I'm in my master bathroom closet trying not to laugh.
I mean, that was just so bad.
Oh, that was great. That
Hey,
was
Paul,
funny.
I know you got a party in the other room, and God knows how many children you got in that party, knowing what you're doing. Thoughts on Lane Kiffin to Florida or LSU?
I don't. I think both would be a great move for him. Old Miss has resources, but Florida really has resources. So does LSU. So, insane accent attempt. Thank you, Trevor. I mean, I tried. I could have kept it going.
Fail.
I hope John Green's actually watching that.
Yeah, I truly don't know who that is. I don't know who that is.
Well done, Paul. I give you kudos. That was pretty funny.
I messaged Harrison to give me the link. He didn't send it to me, so I texted Andy. I was like, Andy, send me the link.
Now I'm disappointed. I'm not going to have John Green's awesome comments coming up. That's what disappoints me more than anything.
My bad.
But no, you guys are crushed it, man. I hope it brought a little fun to your day there.
Hang on,
I'm going to go.
Before you get out there, give us your quick reaction to the game. What did you see?
Oh man, what a yeah! I didn't get on last night to the POS. It was a crazy game. I think this is just kind of what we're used to now at this point. And it's gonna be. I don't know if you can ever get used to 65 yards, 75 yards, 75 yards, 75 yards, and 75 yards going for 5 touchdowns in a row. That was pretty impressive by Ole Miss. And if Ole Miss, if Lane Kiffin had any semblance of a defensive coordinator or a defense, they would have won that game.
Yeah. But now, could the same be said about Georgia? I don't know. Well, but go ahead. I'm not. Going to go there.
So that's funny. That's funny you said that though, Andy. Is because the tables have now turned, kind of, and folks are like, man, if you cuss Bobo out, week 1, I'll cuss you out now. Like, calm down, okay? He's doing great, but now it's like now Schumann's the coach, and I see people on Twitter, dude. It's so weird. The vibes are weird, man. You see people on Twitter like, oh, Schumann should go take the Penn State coach. We'll put him on a plane tomorrow. It's like, all right, like I don't think you understand that the dude's brain works different. Like, he's reading stuff as it's going on. It's just at the end of the day, guys. Like it just Georgia doesn't have the players that it did, and I think that not to say that we as a fan base got spoiled, but we got very accustomed to just kicking the shit out of everybody that we played. And it's just not going to happen anymore. You're not going to see that across college football at all.
Well, we're trying to see it with Ohio State though.
I was just about to see you're on the same wavelength, Andy. Yeah. But they spend a lot of money up there. But they also really haven't played. Like if they were to play Georgia's schedule this year,
look at who they're playing.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, put them in Georgia's schedule this year, and I guarantee you they got a loss. I don't know who, but they got one. Maybe this team's battle tested enough once it gets to the end. But I mean, there's only so many haymakers that Mike Tyson can catch on his chin before you finally knock him out. And that's kind of how I feel with this Georgia football team. It's Mike Tyson. They're a heavyweight fighter, but I mean, you can catch him on the chin eventually.
Yeah. So Paul, I know you got to go. quickly, is this a playoff team? The
I
University
don't have to go. I just want to give you guys back the
Oh,
show.
I thought you did. Okay. Well,
No.
is this a playoff team?
Yeah. Why not?
Did you think that if they had lost yesterday?
That's tough. So Texas doesn't look to be the mean machine that we thought they would be, right? So
Right.
I would say Georgia's probably favored in that game. It's a home game, probably favored 8.5 in that one. A little bit over Ole Miss, who just came into town. Florida just fired their head coach. So that can do one of two things to a team, though.
Yeah, that could be not good.
But it's very much the former rather than the latter. Dear God, what are you doing to your camera? You're thumbing me.
Just relax. I'm adjusting my camera. It's okay.
Harrison, pause.
Come on, John Green. Keep talking.
But I think that team's probably going to roll over and die down in Gainesville. So there you have that win. So you're saying if Georgia lost yesterday, it would all come down to the Tech game, right?
Yeah.
And Tech went in and beat a talented Duke team.
They did.
And I think they're a talented football. I told you guys this last year, and you guys gave me crap for it. And then we went on to play them in 8 overtimes. I was like, this is a good Tech team. And I think they're probably even better this year.
They're better this year. They are. But our offense is better this year. So I think.
But the defense is much worse than last year.
Off a cliff.
It is.
Maybe 2 cliffs.
Maybe
3 cliffs.
Is the Alabama offense better than the Georgia Tech offense?
Yes, that Alabama offense is pretty good. Ty Simpson, he's pretty good.
Is the Ole Miss offense better than the Georgia Tech offense?
Yes.
Okay, so if that is the case, I'm not worried about Georgia Tech.
Is the Tennessee offense better than the Tech offense?
And that's arguable. That's arguable. I mean, you could say it's arguable.
You could go either way. I think if you go watch some of the folks that are breaking down what Buster Faulkner's doing,
good point. So
Brent Rollins.
Yeah, like that offense that Buster's putting out, he doesn't care, dude. He's like, we'll put 3 tight ends in the backfield. I'll motion 2 to the left, 1 to the right, and I'll run Haynes King up the middle. And he had a play the other day I was watching. He had 3 linemen in front of him. One of them was a tight end who was eligible for a pass. He just ran him right up the seam, threw it to him for 25 yards. The rest of the players were on the other side of the fields.
And at the beginning of the game, he ran that triple option to the left, and it was a reverse back, and then it was a pass by the wide receiver. It was crazy how cool that was.
It's so if you're talking about offensive firepower, probably Tennessee, but offensive craziness, and Georgia does not do good with crazy. Tech does really good job of keeping you off balance. Much like Lane Kiffin, because we talked about it all week. You guys did a great job last week. We talked about it as well. Lane Kiffin, and Kirby even said it in the press conference, Lane Kiffin dials it up from 40 seconds down to 15. He's literally making the plays. He's cooking, while he's still got a chance to talk to Trinidad. And that's what happened. He cooked Georgia up until Georgia finally was like, all right, we're going to go man, and man up on these guys, because Lane was just looking at the defense and going, all right, Trinidad, go to 86 here.
Well, you saw the touchdown coming out of the second half. He saw it. He was yelling at Trinidad, and he was doing something like this. And he saw we had like a 11 or 12 yard cushion on him. It was the hitch and go. And I mean, he straight up called it. He was doing that all night long. So.
But let me ask you this before I go, guys, because I'm sorry, Harrison, I've just been rambling on here.
It's okay.
You're good.
Is this season more fun to watch, or is it more fun to watch when last season or the year before?
It's more fun to me in reflection. Does that make any sense?
Sure. During the game, it's not fun.
It's just so. As a fan, you're just so invested in them winning, right? I mean, and I know Andy was there, so you can feel that in the stadium. You just want them to win so badly, right? It would be nice to have an occasion I can throw my feet up on the couch now, have 3 beers, and enjoy this win. But that's not the case anymore, okay? But after the game,
breaking news. I'm sorry.
No,
LSU just fired Brian Kelly.
Not the least surprising news I've ever heard. You knew that was coming.
No.
Yes. Oh, believe me, I've got relatives in LSU. They have been wanting this guy gone for a long time now. He is not the answer. Not surprising at all. That was terrible yesterday. You can't do that.
I'm not seeing that. Where are you seeing that at?
I just got a text saying he just got fired. I hope that's real.
Hang on. I'm
Uh-oh,
looking.
here we go. Fake
Oh,
news.
Harrison just got hit with a
Jesus.
fakie.
Are you supposed to have two sources, Harrison? You're
Oh
a
yeah, you gotta
reporter.
have.
Come on.
Yeah, come on, Eddie.
Yeah.
Tell him. You gotta have two
Yeah.
sources before you put that out, Harrison.
Not even,
Golly.
my dad texted a group chat about that. I hope I don't even get got.
Oh,
Now
oh
I'm scared.
God.
Hold up.
Your
I'm
dad
looking.
dad just watched.
And we
an
need to
AI
say allegedly, right? Before
Yeah,
all
we
get
gotta go
sued.
back.
Allegedly.
Yeah.
Your dad just watched the AI video on Facebook and told you that he got fired. This is unbelievable.
Well, that's a real
That's going to
shout.
happen. It's going to happen.
We were really on a roll there.
Oh,
Damn
well.
it.
Jeez,
I'm
Harrison.
not seeing that.
I'm not seeing it. Disregard that. I think he got
Oh
got.
my God. Here we go. Harrison.
So, how about them
Man.
dogs? How about them dogs, everyone? Okay, so
Back on the rails. Come on, Paul. Get us back on the rails.
I don't know if I can. I mean, the man just broke breaking news here from a Facebook article that his dad read and sent out in the text group with his family, the Thanksgiving text parade. Hey, y'all. God almighty. We were having such.
I hope it happens just for your
For mental sanity.
something.
Yeah.
Yes.
Dude, there's really nothing like breaking news, Harrison, on a show that you are hosting when it's not breaking news. I mean, that's really top tier, like quality, capital J journalist
Hey.
stuff right there.
Look, that's the second funniest thing that's happened today. The first was John Deere Green showed up for 2 minutes.
Oh man, that's funny. Trevor said Brian Kelly is watching right now and just gave him a heart attack.
I don't know where we were,
let's
guys.
go to here. So we were going to talk about our like what we liked at the game, like and what did you see that was really good? And I mean, obviously the defense was lacking. So is there anything this defense can do to get better? Like where we don't have to have this, like you were talking about having these heart attack games. Like, is there any way we can have some comfortable games, or is it just this is what we are?
So this is interesting because last year when we were doing the show, I said, "Hey guys, I think we all agreed that the offensive line and stuff like that just wasn't getting better, but we kept saying to ourselves, next week, next week, next week, next week. We've seen enough games now to know this is what it is." And I think the only thing that's stopping a complete mental breakdown from like the Georgia fan base is that you have Kirby Smart, and this isn't the norm. This is the exception. So like, but no, there's not some freshman that they've been holding back to be like, all right, Elijah Griffin, now you're going to go out there and run 90% of the snaps.
Yeah.
Like there's not a corner out there, Dominic Jackson, Dominic Jack. What is his name? The 17, Dominic Kelly.
Dom Kelly, yeah.
Dominic Kelly.
They're not gonna. He's not gonna run out there against Florida and go lock him down and be the number one guy.
Adrian Maddox is not going to come on the field and lock him down deep.
Right. So like what we've got is what we've got. I think what Georgia's been able to do is turn up the intensity on the offensive side of the ball, which is crazy because like they just went step for step, toe for toe with the Lane Kiffin coached offense that is extremely powerful, and they were able to win. Like they were able to get a stop and they needed to stop. I think this is just what you have. I think this is what you've got going forward. Luckily, I think the schedule does ease up for you now, right? You have Florida, Texas.
We have Florida. We're all we have Florida.
State.
We got Texas, Mississippi State, Charlotte, and then Georgia Tech. So.
Yeah. So I mean, it's kind of a little bit of a coast now until you get to Tech because of the way Texas has played.
Watch out for that Mississippi State game, though. That's a classic letdown on the road after beating, hopefully, Florida and Texas, right?
Yeah, it's a trap game. That is definitely a trap game.
Exactly. That could be that trap game.
You know what's also a trap?
12.
Kevin Boyd saying that he's from Menlo, Georgia. That's not a real place. That is not a real place.
What's up?
Not
Paul?
a real place. Not a
Sure.
real place. Yep. Not a real place. Good to see you, Kevin. Good to see you, Kevin. Menlo, Georgia is not a real place.
Let's.
Yes,
I
it
wanted
is.
to talk
It's not
about
real, Eddie.
It
what
is.
we were talking about just a minute ago about next game, like the next game theory. Have we reached the point in the year where you are what you show you are, or
What the hell did you just say?
all right.
It sounded like Edgar Allan Poe.
Sorry.
All right.
All right. Maybe
Hey, Harrison, don't
than
put
that.
up with this. You kick him off the show if he keeps doing that. All right. Come on, Harrison.
At what point do we turn the conversation from, hey, Georgia could be better, like Georgia's best performance is ahead of them, we turn it from that to, all right, they are what they are. Like, we've seen what we've seen. They're not changing. All right. Don't distract the co-host now.
Good move.
I was trying to get your attention. Eddie looked like an 80-year-old trying to type on his keyboard there. All right, boys, I'm gonna get out of here. I gotta go put these kids to bed. Thank you for having me.
I look like an 80-year-old no matter what I'm doing. So it, whatever. So stupid.
I mean, you do have a lot of gray hair.
Hey, Paul, I love you, brother.
Hey, take it easy, y'all. Be good.
See ya. To answer your question, Harrison,
we just witnessed for the last 20 minutes.
Yeah.
I don't know, but to answer your question,
trolling.
I don't know, because you think about it. 2 weeks ago, I was telling you that the offensive line was terrible. I was like, let's get rid of everybody and figure something else out. And then, my God, I was watching that game like you in the stadium, and you see pockets for Gunner to look here, or run. You see holes for the line. So maybe it can get better. I don't know. I mean, I don't think we've peaked. I mean, do y'all think we've peaked?
No. I mean, look at when Monroe Freeling went out. They got stepped on. I think it wasn't his ankle. He got stepped on. He goes out. Bo Hughley comes in. They didn't miss a beat, right? So I think they're starting to figure this. If they could just stay healthy and stay as a unit, which they pretty much did for most of the game, except for when Monroe went out for a little while. I mean, the way they're just mauling people and getting that run game going, that excites me more than anything. You're right. They're making great pockets for Gunner, but that doesn't bother me as much because Gunner can get out of trouble. If we're mauling the ball down the field with those running backs, I'll take that all day long. And they were 4 and 5 yards a pop all night.
Yeah, they were.
I really can't believe I read that text before. Jeez.
It's okay, man. It happened.
With that.
It happens.
Man, oh man. Like, I got tweet alerts on On3, on ESPN, on Pete Thamel. Like, that's not gonna happen and me not see it elsewhere beforehand. I apologize, people.
It's
I
all
can't
right.
do that.
Sorry, Brian.
Yeah, sorry, Brian.
But I think you may be forecasting the future.
I don't know. Maybe he's in the future. I don't know. Maybe
I'm telling you that is happening. It is going to happen.
Yeah, that could be a future thing. So, and Eddie,
Eddie visited Junior Sample's gravesite in Canton, Georgia. Just curious. Sorry, we will get back.
I have no idea. Am I supposed to know what that is? I have no idea what that is.
I assume so. Wait, Brent Rollins? Hold on.
Whoa.
Is that the Brent Rollins?
That is the Brent Rollins.
Brent,
turn the camera
on.
Brent
maybe because should Brent have a green B next to his name? Is that really Brent Rollins? I mean, I don't know.
Here we go, boys. Here we go. Brent, thank you so much for tuning in. Really do appreciate that.
Tell him to get on the show. He needs to get on the show right now.
I mean, if you wanted to hop on, you could. The same link still works. Hold on, boys. I'm sorry. I forget. I got to put it on the screen for it to come on the screen. Right. But there we go. Look at this. UGA quarterback, single game performance comp. Gunner Stock. I'm reading this for the people who are listening on podcasts, although apparently we have yet to have a podcast upload. We got to work on that. Gunner Stockton yesterday versus Ole Miss, 348 total yards, 5 touchdowns, 89.7% completion, adjusted completion rate, 91 flat overall PFF grade. And here's Stetson versus Oregon 2022, 376 total yards, 3 total touchdowns, 92.9 adjusted completion rate, and a 90.3 overall grade. Whew.
That's
well. I was at that game. I don't know if you guys were, that Oregon game, and I looked at my wife halfway through the game. I said, I've never seen anything like this. And you know what was so amazing about that, which I think takes a little bit away from what Gunner did yesterday, is that the defense was just mauling Oregon. And then we get the ball back and go down and score again. So it was just an absolute blowout. Whereas yesterday, we're constantly fighting uphill, and Gunner's having this fantastic game. Oh, my God. So Gunner's having this fantastic game, and it's kind of glossed over because the defense is so bad for 3 quarters, right?
I remember that. I remember, yes, 100%. Because I remember that game as well. They had Bo Nix, and I was at my buddy's house watching it, and I was like, man, I'm a little concerned about this game. I was like, I was like, Oregon can, and Kevin said, dude, they got Bo Nix as their starting quarterback. Georgia owns that guy, and he said they're coming off of a national championship. He's like, they're going to destroy this team. I was at his house. We were watching. We were laughing at how bad it was for that team. But yes, you're right. It was Gunner almost gets overshadowed by the lack of the defense. Because think about this. Let's say if this offense stays at this level for the rest of the year, and I know that's hard. What if the defense got one click better? That's all you need. One click better. Yeah. One click better, you beat everybody.
How about 1 third down stop in that first half?
Yeah, how about that? Yeah,
just, I mean, is that too much to ask?
And you beat everybody. You're the best team in.
So I know y'all know this, but in the second half, Gunner was 12 of 12 for 135 yards and 3 TDs. Okay, I'm going to say it right now. This guy should be on the short list for the Heisman. And everybody laughed about that a few years ago with Stetson Bennett. He should now be in that conversation. He's that good. Now, he's going to get overshadowed by Ty Simpson, others that are out there. I understand that. But he's in that mix now. He's that good.
I watched a couple of podcasts, and they were mentioning that. They were like, dude, you got to put some love on this guy's name. Like, he can be in that conversation.
Well, and let's not bury the lead here, folks. Gunnar Stockton did that on Saturday, 26 of 35. He had as many total touchdowns as he did in completions, 26 of 31, 289 yards, 5 total TDs, and he did that without practicing on Monday or Tuesday.
I was going to bring that up, Harrison. A rumor started on Thursday that Gunnar was hurt. Okay,
on the dog vent, by the way. The dog.
That's right. That's right. And it went around, and we're all like, "Oh my God, the sky's falling!" Now all the people who've been begging for Puglisi were all excited, but we were all panicked, right? And there was some truth to that. We found out later he wasn't hurt like out of the game, but his oblique was hurt, right? And I don't know if he was in concussion protocol, whatever. His head was not right. And I just love Gunnar told coach, or Kirby told Gunnar on Wednesday, we just need you to be a quarterback and not run the ball. And he said, basically, I'm paraphrasing, Coach, my team needs me to run the ball. Yeah. We got to win this football game. And he went out there and did it. This guy is an absolute warrior.
He's a dog. Warrior. He is a dog just through and through. Yeah, that's
and that shows you, and I think it was Kirby Smart post-game talking about, maybe it was McAfee. Maybe it was on McAfee. Kirby Smart was talking about how the guys just endear him. And he endears himself to the guys, and he wants to play football just like they do.
Yep.
And they fight for him. And I think Gunner's the perfect image of what this football team is, because everything Gunner goes
the best way to say it.
Getting up off the ground is what this team is. There's a lot of teams that get punched in the mouth for 3 quarters, and they don't win that football game on Saturday. There's a lot of them. And Chris Hayes, you bring up a good point here. A lot of parity in college football. I think Kirby Smart had the quote of the night on Saturday, talking the SEC is becoming more and more like the NFL in terms of one-score games. There were 6 one-score football games on Saturday.
Yep.
It is a deep conference, and I know people want to joke about that. Big Ten fans don't like that, but you go look at it. 6 one-score games, and whatever narrative you want, whether it's teams are beating up on each other or they're just not as good as what you say they are, that is indisputable fact. There are 6 one-score games on Saturday. I think there were 6 the weekend before that. The games are closer. The talent level's closer. And now you're starting to see the effects of that. You're starting to see, a few more upsets, a few more close games each year, in games that traditionally would not have been competitive. In today's day and age, Ole Miss is not that many rungs off the ladder off Georgia in terms of talent. And I know, Gary Holt, you were talking in the comments about, we say there's not enough talent on this team, but there's all these top 3 recruiting classes. And you're right. They are still recruiting at a really high level. The difference is Georgia doesn't have as many elite NFL-type talents on their roster right now. And this roster is primarily really young. I think it's 50%. 50% of this roster are first and second year players.
Sophomores. That's right. That's right.
As good as they're playing right now, with them being 6-1?
6-1
or 7-1?
6-1.
You should feel really good about the outlook of this team over the next 2-3 years, because this could be the foundation of the next national championship team.
It could be. And that's the thing.
Could very well be it.
I was talking to my buddy earlier today that's the Gator fan, and that's what he was even mentioning, like, he was like, dude, Georgia next year, and he talked about Gunner. He was like, that dude is a freaking dog. And he was like, if Carson Beck is still the quarterback at Georgia, he said they may have 3 losses already. I was like, 100%. I was like, no doubt. But I see the comment that where'd it go? Gary Holt said, name one SEC team that has a defense that looks worse than ours. I mean, that's a fair statement, but I mean, we're currently in yards per game. We're currently ranked 6th in the conference. So, I mean, it's I get it. I'm with you, dude. It was hard to watch, but we're 6-1. I don't know, man. I'm just so dang happy being at that game, seeing it. It was, I know we're gonna talk about our players of the game and play of the game, but like, it was seeing it live in Harrison, God, it doesn't get much better than that. You coming out of there and the Ole Miss fans are cussing at me. One hugged me and the other one was flipping me off and cussing me. It's great. It's nothing like seeing a winning football game with 100,000 people. And
yep.
So I'm gonna be glass half full. I'm drinking that Kool-Aid tonight. So.
You should. I mean, that I think that's, I mean, we probably say it every weekend. That's the biggest win of the year. That was the biggest win of the year, right? Yeah, I think. Because if you lose that football game, I mean, our buddy JC's, I saw that. Our buddy JC's texting us during the game, Outback Bowl, here we come, right? Yeah. That's how you felt during that game. And I thought Lane was going to put up a 50 burger on us. That's the way it felt when they went down the sideline right after halftime. You talked about that play, Andy. That game could have completely flipped at that point. But I kept saying, whoever gets the first stop is going to win this game. And we ended up doing that. Our turnover never happened. Yes. Yeah. And then we started getting more and more, and the crowd got into it and that kind of thing.
Wild.
But if you lose that game, you're absolutely behind the 8 ball, because you got, I'm sorry, Texas, you don't know. Florida, you don't know, with a new coach, and Tech and Mississippi State. I'll say that too. I mean, Harrison, you just said it. There were so many games that were a 1-score game. It's going to happen again. We're going to be in a 1-score game going down the stretch. So that could flip against us.
Yeah, and that's the main thing when we talk about Georgia. I like the point that Gary brought up in terms of like, hey, who has worse, how many better defenses are there? How many worse defenses are there? It's a good conversation. Georgia, someone said in the comments, Georgia's second half defense is pretty damn good. It's just now about, they got to figure out a way to get those guys to play like that for the majority of the game or close to it. But then again,
can I point out one more thing that I want to bounce off what Andy said about the offensive line. This is 3 weeks in a row where our offensive line has not committed a holding penalty or an offsides penalty.
All start.
That is unbelievable. Think about the atmospheres we played in. I mean, Auburn last week, for example, not one. And then to do it at home, I know it's a little easier at home, but still, you might be excited and jump or hold.
And they're having these makeshift guys too. I mean, like you're talking about injury after injury again.
Freshmen.
And when you saw, like you mentioned earlier, you talked about Monroe Freeland. He went down. We were like, oh crap, what's going on? But
Hughley just comes in and you don't miss a beat.
But you got Green, like Green was back, and y'all know how hard I was on Stacey Searles in the O line. But dude, what he has been able to do with this team with the injuries, it's hard to say. And I think it was Ben Choppy Bachman last night on the POS. He said he's arguably been the best. Him and Bobo have been our 2 best in-game coaches this year. Hard to argue.
And what's impressive about it is Georgia has like a 7-man rotation at offensive line, 7 guys that they feel comfortable that can play winning football in any order up front. Like last year or last week or this past weekend was the first time we saw, was it Juan Gaston at left guard or Dontrell Glover at left guard or Gaston at left guard and then the other at right guard. And Michael Morris was, I guess, getting rested at that point. Like, I'm excited to watch this line in the future because they got 2 guys that are going to be there for 3 years, Glover and Gaston. You probably get Monroe Freeling, I would assume, for at least 1 more year.
He could go.
I think so. I think he stays 1 more year.
I think with the injury,
we got some time to go. But right. I agree.
Either way, it's like you're looking at a situation where you could have 3 or 4 starters coming back.
Exactly. Yeah. You could have your right tackle, your right guard, your center, and your left tackle come back. That would be, and if Gunner's coming back, not to mention those halfbacks and those tight ends, dude. I just want to answer those questions from Coach and Mountain Man. It was that fourth quarter was the loudest as I've ever heard. I've been to like all of y'all. Everybody in here has been to a million games, and that is as loud as that stadium has ever been. I again, my throat's killing me right now. And Garrett Key, thank you for taking me with you, but that was the loudest that I've ever heard it. So, and I know Harrison, you said y'all don't get to hear it as good, but
unfortunately,
in the press box,
that is as loud of a stadium as I've ever been to last night. So,
let's touch on this real quick because I want to hit best player of the game and best players of the game because we still got 2 seconds we got to get through, and we were trying to be a hard out on 8:15, so we need to roll it a little bit. Let's talk about the loss of Colby Young. That seems like, aside from the win, that is the biggest news in terms of Georgia lost. Man, and he's having a big year, and that goes without saying. But we now, through the games he's played, the 7 games he's played, I know why he was wearing the blue cap in fall camp. You saw it.
Yeah.
It wasn't just what he was doing as a blocker, which he's been effective for Georgia. Him after the catch was amazing. This was a guy that we're like, oh, he's 6'5", throw it up to him, he'll go get it. No, this is a guy you might throw a screen to, and he might go pick up 7-8 yards after contact. This guy's been amazing for Georgia. Really big loss for them, and really big loss for himself because this was a money year for him. He was having a really good year. He was playing like it was his last year in college football, and it was awesome to watch. I guess thoughts and reactions on how Georgia moves forward. Where does this move your confidence in terms of the receivers for the rest of the season?
Go ahead, Eddie.
Okay, I'll go. Yeah, well, I hate it. Yeah, I've been touting Colby Young all year. Y'all know. I mean, I love the guy. He's just a beast. But that was such a weird play, Harrison. When he caught the ball and the guy landed on his legs and he stood up and went first down, and then next thing you know, he's got a fracture. It was just. Yeah, you're probably right.
Warrior.
It was just so
Warrior.
weird.
I mean,
yeah, maybe so. And he just thought it was nothing, and it turns out to be a fracture. But hey. Noah Thomas, you got to step into this role. And I'll say one other. I know it's not the same position, but Ellis Williams. Let's play a 13 formation and let Ellis Williams do some things out there. I hate it, but there's people like Noah Thomas, like Ellis Williams, like CJ Wiley,
Don't forget 86.
Well, yeah. 86. I mean, I'm not even counting Dylan Bell because he's there. I'm just saying to step up and be that big guy. That's Ellis Williams. That's Noah Thomas. That's
I got you. Yeah, I just the explosiveness, I think, and I agree with Andrew Caraway. It's time for Noah Thomas to earn it, but it's the explosiveness because Colby Young, like you were mentioning, Harrison, he's a big dude, but God, he's explosive. And then Bobo's reaching in his back at the beginning of the game, and we run the flea flicker or what, and the pitch, the toss back, and he's wide open, and there's great pass. I mean, and then it's he gets up and you're like, wait a minute, what's going on here? We didn't know that he was hurt. And next thing Paul was texting us and he was like, yeah, Colby's hurt. I was like, wait, what? So I don't know. Dylan Bell kind of the guy I'm thinking. So
yeah, I hope so, Randy. I think we're waiting still on an official diagnosis. Kirby said it was either tibula or fibula, but wasn't quite sure post game. But either way, he said it was going to be significant time for him. But I really do hope for Colby's sake that he does get the chance to come back and play because any game tape he can get absolutely helps him. But we wish him a fast and speedy recovery because he was playing tremendous football for Georgia this year. I mean, obviously you hate losing the depth in the room and the playmaking experience that Colby had. It seemed like him and Gunner were starting to get on the same page.
They were.
And I think that's where the big loss comes in. But like y'all said, I think Georgia does have depth in this room. You should feel really good about it. Obviously, Zachariah Branch has been phenomenal. Him putting people on skates once a game. Randy Powers, shout out to Randy. He's been in the comments tonight. I can't wait to see his highlight video from down on the field. We'll see if he got a clip of that Zachariah Branch. That was insane.
It was wild.
And I can't wait to watch that just so I could hear what he was talking about in terms of the crowd noise there in the fourth quarter down the field. Shout out to Randy and the How About Them Dogs cast, what he's been doing over there. Go support Randy and make sure to check out this YouTube channel when that highlight show comes out. But let's talk about plays of the game. Let's go ahead and transition into that. because we do have to roll. We got a few other things. Eddie, I took yours last week, so I'm going to make you go first this time.
Dude, you probably took it anyway, right? You saw what I typed. You probably just like, yeah, mine's the same. Go ahead, Andy. Your turn. That's what you'll say, right? I'm kidding. Now, there were so many plays you could choose from in this game, but mine is Dylan effing Bell. You just mentioned him, Andy, a minute ago. 5:13 left. We're on our own 18 because the previous play, if y'all remember, Gunnar got sacked there, right? And we're trying to get down the field and maybe kick a field goal or just run the clock out. It's 2nd and 12. And I'm thinking, run the ball, get 6 yards back, and then we got an easier 3rd down. They threw that ball up 36 yards to Dylan Bell. Beautiful throw, beautiful catch. And Kirby, excuse my French, nuts are on the table with that call, or Bobos, whoever. That was a ballsy call.
It was.
Because that goes wrong, you're in a world of hurt at that point. But Dylan Bell, that guy, he's just completely unsung. He just does all the dirty work, and he makes a few catches here and there. 86 is amazing. That was the play of the game to me. Just amazing.
And right before that play had happened, I asked you guys, I sent you a text. I said, do we need to run a play action home run shot on this play? And it was the first play. And Paul was like, yeah, take the shot. And then they didn't do it. And heck, next thing you know, they did it when it was 2nd and 13. Yes, that was an incredible play. And the thing is, I think he got interfered with trying to make the catch.
Oh, he did. So, he got absolutely mugged. And I was thinking if he had dropped that, there'd be no flag and we'd be screaming because he absolutely got mugged. No doubt.
My play of the game, I'm going to go with the field goal with 2 minutes and 6 seconds left because the field goal, it made us go up by 8 points. So that way we knew we couldn't lose if they got the ball and went back down the field. But that catch and that play by Gunnar and Peyton Woodring, like they sort of had a little hitch because of how the snap was low. They kept their cool and they put it through, and that pretty much sealed it off. So yeah, I'm going with the field goal because that play, like if that doesn't happen, who knows? Like Ole Miss could hit an explosive and score. So
that ball was like on his side.
Yeah, it was weird. It was turned sideways. Yeah, it was like
terrible.
On the
ground. Was a terrible snap. Gunnar said it wasn't that bad of a snap. I mean, he was like, Gunnar just doesn't care. But I mean, I'm with you. That is an incredible play that nobody even thinks about, holding the football.
Yeah.
And they showed it in slow motion. You didn't see it, Andy, because you were there. But that was a massive play to get that ball up for Peyton Woodring to let him drill that kick. Yeah. Huge. Hey, can I ask you guys? Harrison, Andy, did you guys like the field goal, or did you think he should have gone for it on that 4th down?
On that, when it was 2 minutes and 6 seconds left?
Yes.
Kick the
Go
field
for
goal.
it and win the game and it's over, or kick the field goal.
8. That means they've got to go down the field. You got 2 minutes.
But in your mind, when he decided to do that, were you for it or against it?
I looked at Garrett Key. I said, before they had decided, I said, kick this field goal and let's go up 8.
Okay.
I wanted to go up 8.
I was fine with field goal. It made sense. I mean, hindsight's always 20/20.
Sure.
I thought he should have went for the field goal versus Bama, and I was saying that in the press box in real time before the 4th down play. I was like, hey, take the tie, play for whatever you can get at this point. But I'm with Andy. I'm like, push you up 8. They need to go get a touchdown first. Then they need to get a 2-point conversion. Yeah, at that point, it's like if they do that, they earn that. Heck, you'll play for overtime.
So
see, I thought initially put in Josh McCray and go for it and end the game. That was my
fourth. It was 4th and 3, right?
Yes, put Josh McCray and let him pick it up and end the game.
If it's 4th and 1, you go for it.
Maybe you're right.
That's what it was. But you talk.
But I think Kirby seriously thought about it. I think.
He definitely. He was talking about that post game. Yeah.
Yeah.
He was definitely thinking about it.
I think he thought about that Alabama game not kicking the field goal, and he thought, you know what, I want my free.
Maybe you're right.
That's what I think.
You're right.
So, Marsh Mudd, I'm with you. Take those points. We did.
Yeah.
And it made
it's
it
a moot point now. But Harrison,
shoot, my play of the game. It's that extra effort on that. Was it 4th down by Josh McCray? He looked like he got stuffed.
He did.
Stuffed. And somehow, some way, keeps those legs churning, and he picks up, I think, 2 yards.
Yeah,
like that man's been incredible. That run he had last week, which Eddie was pissed about that I took from him. That's 2 weeks in a row. Huge runs in huge spots of the game. You'd think about it. I think that was midway through the second half. If Georgia stopped there, I think they were down 9 at that point. Were they down 9?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
The only difference in that game at that point,
it was 35-33 Ole Miss at the time.
Oh, okay.
So it's a little closer. Okay, okay.
But you think about it, the only difference in that game at that time was the field goal Georgia took at the half. You don't get that. You give Ole Miss the ball back around midfield, like
They go
that game's
score.
over.
Yeah, they go score easily.
Have you guys watched the broadcast back yet?
Have
you guys
I have
watched
not.
it? Okay, so Chris, I watched it obviously in live time and again today, probably 3 times. But Chris Fowler on the play is like, no, yes, he got it, because everybody in the stadium thought he had gotten stopped, and then he squirted out somehow. And they showed the replay, Harrison. It's like when Michael Vick did this against the Carolina Panthers years ago. He looked like Superman. His knees are this high off the ground, and the guy just pushes along to get that first down. Josh McCray, I think he had 12, maybe 15 yards. But he gets some of the biggest plays in these wins we've had. It's insane how big this guy is to this football team. Insane.
He went 5 for 13 last night, but big.
Right,
13.
nothing.
That is a massive 13. Yes.
Randy says Bell had at least 3 big plays. Yeah, that reverse.
The reverse
rally cap.
awesome.
The rally cap of Georgia football on offense. Whenever they need a rally and they need to get some momentum, you can expect 86. Used to be 11. Arian Smith, they're going to get a reverse at some point in the game. It's going to break pretty big. Let's move to player of the game.
Hey, can I say something to Chris Hayes? Coach Hayes just put that out there. Thank you, Coach. Appreciate that. Hit that like button, guys. Share with your friends. Tell everybody, please. And we're trying. If Harrison would get in touch with Roddy, we could get this on podcasts on Apple iTunes too, so people can listen to it. We're working on that. But thank you so much for your patronage, Coach, and hit the like button and share with your friends. Go ahead.
John Green, we've already told you how to get in contact on the show.
Hit us up on Twitter. You see our
John Green dead now. Can we move on from this?
Yeah, John Green, you know what you got to do. Your people need to talk to our people, and we can get that rolling.
And by the way, I'll give you guys credit. It was somebody that I knew. It was. You guys were right.
Paul Mary.
It wasn't my
Hey,
son.
I want a your pie now. All right. I want a pie named after me because I told you knew who John Green was. Players of the game.
Who was your player? Who was your player of the game, Harrison?
Shoot. Brett Thorson. Because that tweet, screen recording, bravo, buddy. Bravo.
I'm sorry.
awesome.
I didn't see the tweet. Can you tell it or put it up or something?
Okay.
I missed it.
Yeah. Let me go find
And
it.
I'm sure it's great because Brett Thorson is all timer on social.
You remember?
Media.
You remember the hate that he used to give Stetson and Carson. I think
that they hate Australian punters or something like that. Yeah.
And it was those tweets. He put out a Gunner version of that. I'm pulling this up now. Hold on, I got to put it on.
So great.
He put this out.
Awesome.
Funny guy, hey. Take that, Gunner Stockton. Look what he does, Eddie.
He blocks him, right?
Did he really? Oh, that's so great.
He unfollowed him. That's awesome.
That's just amazing. That guy gets it. I love that.
I'm with y'all on y'all's 2 picks. But if I have to give a game ball to somebody, let's give it to Nate Frazier. Talk about the kid needing some confidence. That guy looks like he's running with confidence now.
He does. And he's
I know he didn't finish over 100 yards, but
is he carrying that ball a little higher? Who was that New York Giants running back who a few years ago was fumbling a lot?
Tiki Barber. That was Tiki Barber.
Tiki Barber. Yeah. Is he not carrying the ball a little higher like Tiki? Yeah, I thought he was.
He's doing this. Yeah, he's doing it like that. And then when he gets in those scrums, he's like this.
Yes. It's working.
Boys, we got 8 minutes before the Falcon games kick off, so let's move it. Who's players of the game?
My player of the game is Lawson Lucky. 5 catches, 43 yards, 3 touchdowns. 3 touchdowns. I think we have 4 touchdowns for the tight ends, and he's in the season, and he got 3 of them last night. Great game, and it's awesome to see him. Like, he just looks like he's having fun. So, yeah, great game for that guy.
Yeah,
Eddie,
I love that he caught that touchdown. Three, baby. That was awesome, and the teammates were too.
Yeah,
so cool. Zachariah Branch. You can't say enough about this kid.
He
just makes big time catches. He breaks ankles right on the sideline, like you said, Harrison. He just keeps the chains going. And if you and correct me if I'm wrong, I see 0 drops for him for the year. Am I wrong about that?
I think he had one. I think he had one earlier.
He did?
In the year.
Okay, 1.
I don't know. I may be wrong.
Give him 1.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
I know. I mean, it was insignificant, right? I mean, the guy is money. What a player. And they even said it on the broadcast, one of the most electric players in college football playing on our team.
Yeah.
And finally, Georgia fans can say that's one that got away from his prior program.
That's right.
USC has to be kicking itself right now with how explosive he's been in Athens. Good shout here from Randy, DeMello Jones. Grant,
That was my
absolutely.
1A. That was my 1A was DeMello making that play to knock that ball away. It was not. It could have been interference, but it wasn't. But that was a humongous play to keep the
Xavier McLeod with the pass breakup. Josh
Mhm.
Horton.
Josh Horton.
Josh Horton had a
that's
big game.
And Grant, Gunner, I wanted to pick him because he was sort of the
Gunner's too easy. Come on,
it's kind of the low hanging fruit. I mean, he just
Yeah.
dude. I mean, he's literally working him way into discussion of top quarterback in the country. So, yeah, great game.
All right, we got 5 minutes before we go. We're gonna skip scoreboard. Georgia High School scoreboard update this week. Let's just quickly preview Falcons, Niners, boys. I half jokingly said the Falcons were gonna beat the Bills after losing to the Panthers because that's just what the Falcons do. But they damn did it. And I don't think you are particularly excited about it. I mean, heck, it was a good game, but
thought it was awesome.
It's the most Falcons thing all season.
But the thing that was so impressive about that win is the Bills were coming off of a loss, and they made Josh Allen's the GOAT, but they made him look. I mean, the GOAT, you know what I'm saying? But I mean, they made him look average. So
MVP.
that defense is playing, and I don't even know what that means, but that defense is playing
John Green
out.
stand or a Andy Stowe stand now.
I don't even know what that means.
Eddie train.
Yeah, but Bijan right there. Bijan may be the best player in the whole NFL. He's that good. So
Jonathan Taylor's up there too, but yeah, Bijan is too. So if y'all remember the Eagles game last year when Saquon dropped that pass to ice the game and they ended up losing, it's a big win, all right?
Yeah.
That was nothing like this. We beat up the Buffalo Bills for 60
that's the
minutes.
Difference. We beat them. We
beat them up. There was that game was never in doubt. Okay. They scored maybe to make it 21-14. You had a little bit of doubt. The Falcons are making plays. Okay. And that's the biggest win they've had since they beat the Rams in the playoffs. 2017?
Oh gosh.
That's the biggest win they've had. Think about it. They haven't had anything since then. So, and you're right, Andy. I mean, they were coming off a loss. Everything was going against us. But I mean, I hate to be this guy, but we're playing the San Francisco 49ers. I grew up, the Falcons were in the NFC West. The 49ers would kick our ass every time we played them. It was just awful. We're going out there, open air field on the grass. Jalen Walker's out. I know they got some people out too. I'm not going to believe it till I see it. This is the classic Atlanta comes back down to earth and gets their ass kicked in front of the nation tonight. I hope I'm wrong. I've watched this movie 1,000 times.
And I'm with you. You know, I said they were going to start 0-5, but if they win tonight, you're talking about you got something really good going for the rest of the season.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying win tonight and prove to the fan base you're actually a legit football team. Because if you lose tonight, the air goes out of the balloon and everybody like me says, same old Falcons. That's what happens.
All right, Harrison, putting you on the spot.
I wanted to highlight this. Dan Orlovsky put this out. I thought this was an insane stat. Bijan Robinson is averaging 14 yards per catch. That's twice the running back average. But he also goes on to say it's a higher average than a bunch of stud wide receivers. His average depth of target is 1.6 yards, and he's getting 12.4 yards after the catch. Doing it by himself.
He's a joystick. I mean, he's incredible.
That is wild.
But I agree. Feeding the ball.
Putting you on the spot. Do they win the game tonight?
Yeah, let's go around the room.
The one thing that makes me think they could win is I think Mac Jones in previous years has been very pressure paranoid, and I think the Falcons can get pressure on him. But the one thing that does not make me so optimistic is that this game's on the road, coming off a big win.
Yeah.
49ers have been a hot team considering they've been injury. They have a crap ton of injuries, but they haven't slowed down. It's almost miraculous that they've done as well as they have done. I don't think you get two big wins in a row. I'm sorry, guys. I still feel pretty good about 10 wins, much to the chagrin of Eddie, but I don't think this is one of those 10 wins. I have the Niners in a close one, but the Niners take this one.
Eddie?
Paul says they win. But who cares what Paul thinks?
I can't go against my better judgment with this team until they prove it otherwise. I mean, I just looked at the records. The Falcons are 3-2 in the middle of the NFC. The San Francisco 49ers are 4-2. So who's the more desperate team tonight? Who do you think that is?
I think the Atlanta Falcons are more desperate.
I think so too. But yes, I agree with you. That's what I'm saying. But I'm with Harrison on the road, traveling out there, open air stadium. But I think you bring up a great point there, Harrison. Mac Jones, you just don't know. If it was Brock Purdy, I'd be like, no, we're losing this game. But Mac Jones, you get in his face. We could cause some havoc and win, but 28-20 San Francisco. They got to prove it to me otherwise.
I think the Falcons. I should learn from past years, but
boy.
I think they're going out there to San Francisco and they're going to pull off the upset and they're going to move to 4-2 and get ready to make a run to try to go play this Tampa Bay team. So
it's not an upset, by the way. The Falcons are favored by 1.5.
Well, I hope this prediction works out better.
I'm just saying they're the favored team, so that's not an upset, right? What's that?
I was saying I hope Andy's prediction on this game works out better than his Bama prediction.
Yeah, I know. That was brutal. I thought we had that one, so and we should have. So.
I think Georgia fans been saying that for the last 10 years about that matchup. Anyways, all right, right on time. It's 8:16. Kickoff's not for another 5 minutes, so we're gonna go ahead and get y'all out of here. Eddie has to go yell and scream at the TV. I think Andy's.
No, I tell you guys what.
Sam, come on, don't do that to us.
I'm not yelling as much. I've been more calm because I have hypertension already. I'm literally going to have a stroke. So I've been more calm. I'm trying to relax. I take notes during the game. I know I text you guys emotionally, Andy, but that's just my text. I'm not screaming and yelling.
You don't be texting us.
I've calmed it down. Not you, Harrison. It's a different text. I don't text you, Harrison, but well, you don't read the notes, so I
read the notes today. All right,
and you told us Brian Kelly'd been fired, so
all right. Hey, and you know what's funny about that? He just texted like 5 minutes ago saying, "I think that was a premature report," and I go, "Thanks, I read that on air."
Okay, so I got it because of I know we got to get out of here. I got a text from someone.
Thank you, Gary.
She said, "What did you think about the officials that were in the Auburn game that got fired?" I was like, "What are you talking about?" She said, "Yeah, because they were cheating for Georgia." I was like, "I think you got duped on that one." And she had just seen a clip. So yeah, it was kind of similar thing. So I was like, "Nah," I was like, "I'm going to have to get you to verify those before you send that out." So
Trevor, you're damn right. They don't admit me in this group chat. Eddie don't like me.
He's in the group chat. He's lying.
Ever since I came out against Eddie about Acuna, our relationship's just never been the same. God. Can't believe
I love you, Harrison. You know I do. Come on, buddy.
Appreciate it. Yeah, love you too, Eddie. Love you too, Andy. Hey, terrific show. We love everybody here. Puts up with us, listens to us.
Great chats, great comments tonight. Just awesome stuff.
I tell you what, it means a lot that we got 2 other content creators doing their own thing that come in here and hang out with us.
Awesome.
Actually, we have 3 because Brent Rollins was in here tonight.
And Paul's on here.
And Paul.
Well, I don't know what Paul creates. Paul creates havoc in his household. I mean, that's about it. So
that and children, apparently. Or at least from what Roddy told us weeks back. Man, what a show. What a show. John Deere Green, rewind, because you did make an appearance tonight on the show.
You did.
It just was your alter ego in an alternate universe.
The first and final appearance, right?
Yeah, because you're never going to hit us up on Twitter.
We had discussed having a call-in show. Do we want to schedule that where people like Mountain Man and I really like Foster Moss is the guy.
We could do it next. We could do it next weekend, but I'm working on a guest, as you guys know. I'm going to find out this week. It could be a big guest. So if that falls through, we're open week, right? We can bring on some people.
Well, and we also got one. I've been in conversations or had a conversation. We just need to figure out. We got to figure out what we're doing next weekend. I told Randy we wanted to get Randy on here.
Yeah, for sure.
For a Sunday show. So partner up with Mr. Randy Powers, the guy on the field. And get his thoughts on the dogs. So we got a lot of shows.
We got options.
Yeah, we got a lot of options. We're an attractive show for guests. Anyways, that's gonna wrap it up for this week's edition of the Peach State Power. We will see you next week at 7:30 back in our usual time slot. That's Eddie from Ackworth on the bottom. Also has a pie named after him. That's Andy Stowe. He should be the Braves' new manager. I don't know if he will. I'm Harrison Reno. I'm the guy that read a false report on air tonight for the first time.
I just got a tweet that George Lombard has been hired as the Braves manager. Breaking news.
Yeah. And also Ronald Acuna got. Yeah.
Too much havoc being created on this damn show, and I'm trying to do the outro. All right. We'll see you next week.